Hi folks, in today's video tutorial I'd like to show you how to work with whole feature with Creo Parametric 4.0. We will start from scratch and we will define the whole name. If we would like to create a whole feature, we need to create some revolve or extrude feature. It's mean based solid features. I will create some really easy shape with symmetric rectangle, and you can see the system automatically create the dimension for me. We can edit it or directly confirm OK and later modify it. Okay, I will hide all unnecessary datum features, and I don't want the spin model around the middle object, so I will turn it on, the spin center. Yeah. We have a couple of type of hole, and I'd like to show you step by step all types of hole. If you would like to create a whole feature, the easiest way how to create it, you can select the hole directly from the ribbon and select the surface. The system will show you 2 points, and these 2 points, the green one, you can set as reference. You can select surface or edge. It depends what you would like to set as reference. I prefer to select the surfaces. It's much better. So right now you can see really easy drag and drop the green draggers, and the system will show you 2 dimensions, for example X and Y. Yeah. For the whole you need to specify dimensions and depth. You can see everything is possible to specify from the 3D window or 3D menu, or you can use the ribbon for the whole. If you would like to create the same hole but you don't want to use the dragger, you can select the whole feature from the ribbon, select the primary surface, and you can see the selected surface is placed here. And over here you can see the offset references. So you don't need to use the dragger. You can click here and choose the offset references. And offset references are defined here in this menu. If you would like to change it, you can remove one or more, and again with control button you can choose the different one, or you can use this dragger and move it to another reference. What is necessary to do is define the offset dimensions, diameter and depth. If you would like to focus on the different kind of the hole, and we would like to specify the depth, I will create another shape here. For example like this, and you can apply the connection or add some another dimensions. Yeah, you don't care about dimensions, you can see the system automatically show it everything for you. Okay, so I like the extrude feature on the back side surface. You can really easy select the shift button and the snap to that surface, and system will create function to select it. So the system automatically jump from the specification of the depth to the selected reference. And right now I will move my hole to, and the system read the model tree like you see here from top to bottom. Some extrude, hole 1, extrude 2 and hole 2. My hole is definite. We can check if I use the edit definition, the depth is with dimensions. So you can see that the system will create necessary hole. The question is, if you would like to specify a different kind of the depth, you can choose the menu here, and for example you would like to select the next surface. For this hole, next surface is this bottom surface. Or you can use through all, and the system will go through all surfaces. Yeah, you can see the system will create a through. Or you can specify two different options for the selected surfaces. I prefer this kind of selection because you don't care if the surface exists or not. I will show you different example what I mean. So I prefer this one, and you can see that I can choose the surface or edge. Again, the better one is if you select the surface. Why don't you use the edge? Because if you will create on this edge, for example, the round feature or chamfer feature, you will lose the reference and you need to repair the whole feature. And again, if you will specify the depth, you can use the dragger shift button and select the references. Yeah, and the system will snap automatically to selected objects. Okay. I said that we would like to think about and understand the depth for the hole. So right now you know how to specify the depth for the holes. Again, you can create a hole on over here, for example, and right now I'd like to select the offset references. So you can select the drop-down menu from the placement, or again, the another type is if you select offset references from the right mouse button. Again, I like this function because it's really easy and really quick. Specification of the depth with shift button, you select and system will automatically specify to select it. Okay. So right now you specify that you would like to create a hole from that surface at the end. The question is that you would like to go to opposite side. So you can see here in the shape is the side 2, and you can choose different kinds of the depth. For example, set the number or 2 next through all and so on. Yeah? So on the second side, I like to go with dimensions, and my dimension will be, for example, 90 millimeters. Yeah. So right now I will a little bit repair my geometry. I will delete that hole, and in the view tab I'd like to work with section because I'd like to show you how the hole looks like. Yeah. So this is my hole, and again if I select edit and we'll specify this is the depth for side 2. Yeah, you can see here, or you can specify side 1 here. Okay. So right now you know how to work with different kind of depth for the hole. I like to focus more, so I will deactivate the section, and we would like to create different kind of holes. If I will select one more time the hole feature here, you can see in the shape mode the system will create shape like this. But sometimes you need to specify the standard drill shape. Yeah, you can see here. And right now if you select the placement, again I would select the references with control button. Do not forget more than one objects, and right now the system will create for you shape like we need. So it's really perfect because we have a dynamic preview, and you can see the system will create the drilling bit for me. You can specify the depth again here if you would like to use the shoulder or tip. Yeah, and system will specify different type, or you can change the angle. The default angle for the standard bit is 118, but it's no problem, you can change it if you want, or if you have different kind of. Okay, so right now you know how to work with this type, but if you select this standard hole, the system will create another 2 possibilities for you how you can modify this hole here, and it means that you can specify the automatically the more then one shape, and you can combine these shapes by selecting this icon, and you can see here the system allows to you the specified dimensions, and you can choose what you want. Yeah. So for example, you can really easy add the contour bore. Set dimensions and confirm. Yeah, and system will create for you the correct hole. For now, you know how to work with standard hole and contour bore hole, for example. This hole was defined as linear placement. What I mean, if you create a hole and place this hole, yeah, the system will automatically place everything as linear. It means the placement is specified by dimensions X and Y. But sometimes you need to create different kind of holes. For example, I will delete all features and I will create a revolve. And for example, like this. For the revolve feature, we would like to apply the center line, and I don't care about the dimensions, we can change it, it's no problem. Yeah, so for now the system will create for me really huge the sketch, so it's not problem. We can change it. For example, right mouse button, you can choose the modify, and I will use the log scale function here, and I'd like to change these dimensions. Yeah, this dimension, for example, I'd like to see as 150. The system will automatically change all another dimension for me, and my base dimension is 150. Yeah, and right now you can really easy change the another dimensions, and the system will change it for you. Okay, so we have created the real feature for another type of holes. And the second type of hole is if you would like to place the hole directly over here, but you don't want to use the XY or linear positions. Yeah, no, I don't want to use this one. So you can go away, and in the placement tab you can change the type hole, for example, to radial or diameter. If you would like to work with radial, the system will ask you select two references, one plane and edge or axis. So okay, select axis and select the plane, and the system will create for you radius and angle. So you can see here you can change the angle, for example 125, and radius 55. Diameter for the hole and depth is possible to change. Yeah, so it's up to you. We can go through all. Okay, so right now I have created radial dimensions. If you would like to specify the diameter, you can only change these options and system will automatically create the diameter dimension for this hole. This type of hole is really good if you need to use the pattern feature and you would like to apply, for example, every 45 degree will be altogether 8 holes. Yeah, perfect. So it's good, it looks good. And for now, if you would like to work with hole feature one more time, yeah, you can apply hole, create a hole, and right now I'd like to create a hole on that axis. So you can see here the system automatically changes option to coaxial. But in placement tab, you need to select more than one option. It means select axis and control button and start surface. And you can see the system will create for you coaxial hole. For now, you know how to create linear, radial, diameter and coaxial holes. Same logic we can use on existing one. Yeah, so create a hole, and with control button I will select axis and start surface. We can change the shape and depth. Yeah. So I will create something like contour board, but it will be more than one feature in the model tree. It doesn't matter. The Creo is feature based, so it's much better if you create more than one feature. You can really easy modify this feature directly and found it. Yeah. Okay. So I have created the another type of coaxial hole here. And again, you can use the pattern feature and the system automatically recognize that it's the reference pattern. So if you confirm, the system will create the features on the existing pattern. Yeah, that's good. And another question is, if it is all about the holes, or we can create something more. Yeah, no problem. So we would like to continue, and I'd like to create a hole on that surface. Okay, select the surface, and right now we need to specify that the first dimension will be offsetted from that surface. Yes, so right now you can see the system will create for me the offset dimensions, and then that hole is oriented directly to the middle axis. So it will be good if you will specify the angle. So select the middle plane, and the system will create for you the, I will change the dimension a little bit. Yeah. And you can see the system is always oriented directly to the middle axis and offsetted by dimension. You can see all dimension here. So selected surface is this one, and offset references is surface and datum plane. So you can change the dimension here directly, and for example 45 degree. But somebody asked me if it is possible to set a different orientation. Yeah, you would like to create a hole here, but you don't want to orient that hole directly to the middle axis. Yeah, directly here, but you want to go perpendicular to that datum plane. So no problem, you can see here the system will change it directly and looks nice. So over here is the hole orientation. You can remove it, the system will go directly there, yeah, to the axis, or you can change the orientation of the hole. Yeah, you can see here the system will create right now the hole perpendicular to surface, the selected surface. Okay. Maybe for more better explanation is that I'd like to make some another modification. So again, I will create a really easy shape. And okay. So for example, I'd like to create a chamfer here. The chamfer will be specified with angle, and the angle will be a little bit different. Why I have created this type of the chamfer here? Because I'd like to use the whole feature over here. We can place it and specify the placement dimensions, and I'd like to orient this hole directly to that chamfer feature. And right now you can see that I can drive my whole orientation directly with this chamfer. If I will specify again the section, for example here, you can see that if I will modify the chamfer dimensions, the system will orient the hole for me. So it's not necessary to use many times, but sometimes you need to create these relationships between two features, and I like it. I hope so that you like it. This is an example too, and for more orientation you can use, for example, datum planes or datum features. And what I mean, so I will deactivate again, So if you would like to create the hole on any surface, for example, I'd like to create hole here, yeah, and directly here, over here, on that surface, I'd like to create a hole. It's no problem. Create a point on that surface and set placement, yeah? It means that you have specified the placement for this point. The point is placed on that surface. Specify dimensions, and if you select the hole, the system will automatically create the whole feature directly on that point. If you will move with the point, the system will move with the hole. So you have a references, and the question is, if you don't want to see this point, because this point is necessary for the hole, you can set and drag to the hole. So the system will automatically make a group here, and the point is hidden. So if you would like to edit right now, the placement for the hole is specified by this placement of the hole. Okay. And do you think so? That is everything? Nope. We have another types of hole, and it's a standard hole. For example, you would like to use the ISO standard or different kind of standards. You can set the custom dimensions here. For example, you would like to create M20x2 and set placement and set reference, placement, and what the system create is, in the shape tab you can see the system will create for you hole as metric thread, yeah? If you finish, the system will create information for you. You can switch off this annotation display, and if you change the visualization for example to no hidden or hidden line, you can see here that this is the hole created in standard way, and this hole is with thread. In the drawing, it's the possible again visualize this thread and show all dimensions. So you can see here that system will create for you that hole was created as M20. Okay. And if you would like to create your custom hole, no problem. Select the hole, select the placement. Yeah, you can specify the placement here. And then over here is the small icon, use sketch to define drill hole profile. If you select this function, you can jump to the sketch, and the system will allow to you to create a center line, and then you can create your custom shape of hole. So for example, I'd like to create shape like this. Don't forget that you create something like revolve feature, and again the hole 12 is really small one. I'd like to create, for example, 25. The best way, if you select all dimension, right mouse button modify and lock scale, and that dimensions, I will find it here, yeah, that dimension will be 25, and every dimensions are modified automatically. What is necessary to do for this sketch is that horizontal line is placed on the top in the sketch, and that horizontal line is placed directly for the placement surface. Yeah, so for example like this, or if you change the orientation, I will remove everything and I'd like to place this hole here. Yeah, the system will create for me the dynamic preview and specify it for me. So if I finish this feature, and we will show the section, we can edit this section and we can drag it a little bit, and you can see that system create for me our hole like we need or like we specify directly in the sketch. So over here you have seen a couple of examples how to work and create different kind of hole features with Creo Parametric 4.0. Stay in touch and thank you, Vladimir. Bye bye.